YouTube, unplanned, uncoordinated rant real quick. I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but the words are going to come out. So I know that some people really don't care for wrong and right. They don't seek what's right. They may know wrong from right, they may not know. But in the sense of they just don't care about it. They only care about themselves. They're self-absorbed. And they don't serve anything but themselves. Even if they were to do a task for somebody else that may be looking as like an act of servitude, it would only be for self-progression. It wouldn't be out of a loving place. Loving being like unselfish, just selfless. So I know that some people live that way. But on the other end of the spectrum, I know that there's people who they may not know wrong from right, in the sense of like they'll be presented with a wrong or right situation, and they'll justify the wrong and make it right in their head. So in that sense, they don't know wrong from right because their understanding of it can be persuaded by their thoughts. So they don't truly know wrong from right, because if they knew wrong from right, there would be no question. They already know. There'd be no pondering to a question you already know, because you know it. So where does wrong and right come from? Wrong and right's just natural. Like a baby's coming to the world, they're not born wanting to go and rape somebody or murder somebody. It's just natural, wrong and right. Like naturally, humans know it's wrong to forcibly rape someone at all. Rape is forcible. So it's just a natural law. It's natural to humans. We're born into the world. There's already a natural law that's not written code that dictates wrong and right. And humans are born knowing it, wrong from right. Babies aren't born like, hey, I want to go murder and torture somebody. Like, they come into the world and then they're traumatized, and then the trauma that was put into them will come out in ways that will destroy. But it's natural. And a question could be like, well, people who lose that, how can they get back to knowing wrong from right? Are they just doomed forever? There's nothing that a certain individual can do. Like you can't set forth and be like, I'm gonna think really hard, I'm gonna find out wrong from right, or be like, I'm gonna find love. Like I'm wherever. Like people look for like love in women, so they'll set out like that. But I mean, in a broader sense, like love that's just natural to humans, that's given to them. Like I'm trying to find that, which is what gives you wrong and right. Common sense it's tied in together. So the question would be, how do you get that? And the answer is, you can't get it. Like it's not something that you set out on and get yourself. It's really something that's just taken away from you, and all the trauma of your past is taken away from you, and you understand what drives people, and then common sense is returned to you. Common sense is common, it's natural, and it tells you wrong from right. It doesn't tell you wrong from right, you just already know it. It's just common to know. It's in human nature. So, if you seek what's right and you want what's right, not for yourself, or not in a solipsistic or material sense of what's right, but what's right and wrong to humans, like treating people kindly, telling the truth, standing up for what's right. If you start doing that, then it'll come naturally. And it'll be a process that I can't explain to you. But I do know that if you go and you forgive your mother for what she did to you when you were growing up, like being impatient, unkind, trying to control you, and you realize that she couldn't help herself, the same as you can't help yourself, and she was doing in her head what she thought was best, but she didn't know what was best. But in her head, she was doing everything she could. It's natural for a mother to give their child everything they got. So go, forgive, don't hold it against them, and you won't have any more anger. And with absence of anger comes a return of common sense. And with the return of common sense comes knowing wrong from right. And then your life will be a beautiful process from there on up. You won't be declining, you'll be inclining. You'll be going up slowly. You won't be slowly dying, you'll be slowly growing in life. Not slowly dying in life. So, I hope one random person hears this and it opens their ears to a broader sense of realization. Thank you, YouTube. Y'all have an amazing day.